Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bourbon Bites, whiskey reviews with a gaming twist. However, tonight is not going to be like my normal stream because I am doing I was going to say inflicted, that sounds a little harsh, a self-prescribed dry week. So this week I am doing no alcohol whatsoever. I'm on day, what am I? I lose track of the days these days. I started on Monday night. So I'm going the full week without alcohol. That means tonight's stream, as well as tomorrow's podcast, will be something a bit different than usual. But I'm glad y'all are still here to hang out and party with me because you don't have to have alcohol to party. That's kind of the point of tonight's featured spirit, non-alcoholic spirit, whatever. Now, this is all big shout out to our friends at the brand Optimist Botanicals or Optimist Drinks. They actually provided these samples a while back ago. I apologize for taking so long to get to these. I actually reached out to them when Lil, who's here in the chat, was doing a dry period of time, and they wanted to send something for me to do on the channel to kind of help support that. So Lil is now back to drinking, but I still wanted to do this for my own benefit. Some of you may know I was in Las Vegas this past weekend, and I had a ton of fun. I overindulged in both drinking and eating. So that's kind of my reason for my dry week this week. But you know what? I just want to say thank you to the brand for sending these samples over. So Optimist Spirits or Optimist Drinks, I don't know. I think Optimist Drinks is the official name, but their labels say Optimist Botanicals. They are a Southern California, actually LA-based distillery brand. I wish I had someone from the brand on to talk a little bit about their product, but I did a bit of research. I kind of know a bit how they make these products, but their goal isn't necessarily to replace alcohol. They're not trying to mimic the taste of alcohol. It's more or less a reason to, still gather and get with friends without the alcohol. Not necessarily that these guys aren't drinkers, because I think they do. Actually, I think they have a bar on site. And they also have a lot of recipes for low alcohol cocktails. So this is definitely not meant to replace, try to be like a mimic of a vodka, a gin, a whiskey. But instead it's meant to create very unique craft mocktails, I guess. So what we're doing tonight is we're trying them all neat. So I have all three expressions that are out so far of Optimist Botanicals. But I'm also going to make one cocktail for each different spirit. So it should be a ton of fun. I've got so much stuff around me you don't even know. But it should be, hopefully you guys are, you guys can make it along with me, whether you have this or not. You can always, sub in a little vodka or gin if you want. But still thought this would be fun. I'm going to give a couple shout outs to people here. Of course, Lil was first here. Zophar second, and then Frederick Gilbert the third was third. Great, good choice. Donnie's here in the house. What's up, Donnie? Good to see you. Donnie's a mod here. He's going to help keep things under control in case things get wild. All the sober folks in the house, you know how crazy we get. I see Brandon is here. He's listening in. Got to finish packing. Brandon's got a big Europe trip coming up, and I'm so jealous. Have a blast. Keep me updated if you find some good bottles out there that you can bring back. Let's see who else is here. Emily Chambers, another amazing mod. Thank you so much. Make sure to hit the thumbs up. Yes, even if you guys aren't doing a dry week, give me some thumbs up encouragement. I need it because I still got like a whole weekend to get through, which is going to be a bit tough. It's going to be really nice weather. I'm going to really want to chill out by the pool or go to the beach. So I'm going to definitely need that encouragement. So give me a thumbs up to encourage me to make it through the weekend. Let's see here. Donnie says, so Cliffy will not show up at the after party. Cliffy will not, but Clifton will. So we are still doing our after party Patreon hangout, which if you guys ever want to get on with that, it's the $10 level on Patreon, patreon.com/bourbonbites. We do it after every Thursday night live stream. So I will see you there, Donnie. Just me, not Cliffy. Who else is here? Eric is here. Good to see you, Eric. Thanks for stopping back in. Good to see you. Trev Wilson, Nerd Alert, is here. Good to see you, Trev. Hope you're doing well. Y'all go check out the Bourbon Wrench over on YouTube. He does a lot of really fun live streams. I think he's doing one tomorrow. I don't know. I saw his Patreon post go out. I don't know if it was tomorrow or maybe it's today. I don't know. Y'all go watch it out. Catch the replay if you missed it. Let's see. Stanley is here. Stanley Mashville. Good to see you, Stanley. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stanley also recently rejoined Patreon. So thank you so much for that, Stanley. It really does mean a lot and helps support the channel. Deathless Dogs in the house. Cheers to you. Good to see you. I've seen you around. You saw my sober Jackbox party game last night with Trish over on Whiskey Eyes. They did a fun rap battle that I was a part of, and my patrons know I don't play around with that robot rap battle on Jackbox. So if y'all missed the replay, go to Whiskey Guys. I'll just say, even though Cliffy wasn't there, he was there in spirit. And of course, Mashable, here we go. There you go again. He said, "What? No Cliffy? I'm out of here. JK, nothing but love. Really wondering how good, bad they are." So, like I said, I think the best way to think about this is approach it from not that it's trying to be a replacement for it's not meant to taste like a vodka, a gin, a tequila. It's meant to be used as a replacement for that in a cocktail and still work really well with the ingredients. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a classic gin cocktail, a classic vodka cocktail, and a classic tequila cocktail. But these are all their own little twists. They actually gave me these recipe cards with some really cool recipes on them. So these are all down in the description below. I did modify them a little bit using the ingredients that I had around the house. But nonetheless, that's what we're going to be making tonight, as well as trying the neat. Who else am I missing here? I see Blythe Wilson. I'm on a sort of dry month. Hey, good for you. Well, hopefully you mean that in a good way. So, cheers to you. Hey, definitely check this out. They're available for purchase online. I was thinking oh, I wonder what states they ship to. Then I realized, oh wait, it's non-alcoholic, so I assume they could ship everywhere. So there are links down in the description below. It's just optimistdrinks.com. If anyone is planning ahead for the next, sober October, dry January, or just a dry week randomly like I'm doing, definitely check them out. They have all the pricing info right there. All right, so oh yeah, Cliffy, little Cliffy was coming out. Oh, if you watch the stream, that's going to sound really bad because I use little Cliffy as a euphemism. Anyways, Whiskey Nose is here. What's up, Marty? Good to see you. Good hanging with you on shoot, I already forgot whose stream that was the other night. But it was good seeing you and good hanging with you. I think was it 21090? I think you were on 21090. Good seeing you there. Bourbon in the house. No dry week here. Hey, good for you. That's kind of like what I thought would be kind of fun because, like I said, they're not trying to make you say oh, you must be sober now, because some of their recipes they have on their website do incorporate alcohol. It's just hey, maybe you want to cut back a little, but you still want to have a good time with your friends. That's kind of what this is for. So you can kind of pair this along with alcohol. Let's say you're oh, I should stop now. I've drank way too many cocktails. Pour yourself some of this. You can still sip along to something really nice tasting and sober up a bit. It also hydrates you a lot too. Oh no, see, says someone's trying to hack my bank card. All my Patreon was had to start back up. Hey, I appreciate that. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. I hate dealing with fraud and stuff like that. I think we got everyone here. Blythe said limited to 1 drink a week, so mocktails in between. Hey, good on you. That's awesome. I actually, in addition to this dry week, I'm trying to cut back to only on days that I'm putting out content and maybe a weekend day or two. Which sounds bad because I do a podcast and this stream, and then sometimes I do a Saturday stream. So okay, that's so basically Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. I'm just kidding, but I am trying to cut back during the week. So that's my ultimate goal after I get past the dry week. Do they sell them in 750 milliliters? So I think they're actually in 500 milliliters. So this is the one of them that we're drinking tonight. This is the smoky one. Yes, 500 milliliters, so 16.9 ounces. But they do have a sample set where you can try all 3 at once. Which is pretty cool, and I think that's I think they're probably, I'm not sure, but they sent me these little samples for the other ones. So the sample set might be all 3 of these little ones to do. As you can see, I did a practice cocktail last night. I was hanging with some of my patrons as well as over on Whiskey Eyes, so I did a little practice one. So I still got some of this left. But we're gonna talk about each of these different flavors and see what they are inspired by. This is definitely all very rooted in Los Angeles area. I think that's really cool. Speaking of which, I know there was just this horrible wildfire in Laguna Niguel, I think it's pronounced, which is a little bit 50 miles south of me. I do have some friends out there, and they weren't, or they were either evacuated, but their house is okay, or they're on evacuation watch. So anyone that was affected by those fires, or let's be real, any California wildfires, seriously, you're in my heart, especially tonight as we're drinking these spirits that are so inspired by the California landscape. We got to keep them in our thoughts, because I know I can't imagine losing everything in a fire. So keep them in your thoughts tonight. Reach out to anyone that you know that may be affected, and but most of all, let's have a good time in their, I was gonna say in their honor, but in a nice way, not in a very blasphemous way. Anyways, on with the spirits. So I saw Lil said a comment. Little Cliffy may have shown up in words only. Yes, just in words. For those who don't want those margaritas as strong as Donnie. Oh yeah, Donnie has shown me his margarita styles. We actually did that for last week's stream, which is a mezcal stream. If y'all missed it, if y'all are new to mezcal, it was a great intro, I think, to the spirit. It's a little bit like tequila, but a little more rustic, or it's not always rustic, but yeah, just watch the stream. You'll see what it's all about. Fred's an expert in that. Peter White's here. He said 8 p.m. That's pushing. I was talking about with Whiskey Nose. I don't know. It's always good to see Marty and Jenny here. And you too, Peter. Good to see you too. Independent Joe in the house. Joe is another person out here in California. So Joe, these spirits are a Southern California, Los Angeles based brand. So figured you might enjoy that. Wesley Sellers also here. Good to see y'all showing up. Thank y'all for showing the support and encouraging me to keep up this dry week, because it was a little tough at first, I'll be honest, because like I'm such a habit of after dinner either having a pour of whiskey or a cocktail, usually like an old fashioned or something. So like I found myself like the first and second day of the dry week like really wanting a cocktail. So that's where this came in handy. Last night I made one of these mocktails, and actually it satisfied that craving completely, which was awesome. So it was just a habit. I think that's the hardest part, is getting out of the habit of like, oh, I could use a drink right now, not because like I need to get drunk, but just because I like sipping on something. So I think that's kind of what these are great for. So now that I think, if I missed anyone, I'm so sorry. Feel free to chime in as we go on. But let's talk a little bit about Optimist Botanicals. So like I said, they are a Los Angeles-based brand. They are started by husband and wife couple. And I think when I had a letter here from Lisa, she is the wife of the group. I think Tom, I may be wrong. I think it's Tom and Lisa. I don't have that in front of me. But so they started this brand to kind of have a way to encourage socialization and hanging out without the alcohol. So what we're drinking is 3 different expressions tonight. There is the Optimist Fresh, the Optimist Bright, and the Optimist Smoky. Now, all these are inspired by different aspects of Southern California. So we're going to start with the Optimist Fresh here tonight. By the way, like I mentioned, these are non-alcoholic spirits. They're actually distilled from water. So it's still the same distillation process, the steam, the stills and all that. But they actually, instead of using a neutral grain spirit like some brands do, because a lot of non-alcoholic spirits will actually use a neutral grain spirit, distill the alcohol out of it, and then distill the botanicals and things with it. This one's a bit different. They are just using water. So it's 100%, alcohol free from start to finish. But they're still distilling it to infuse all of these flavors, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting style to go about it. Donnie says no Optimus Prime. Oh, maybe that's their next generation. This is just their first batch, but great idea. Mashro said I was looking for some non-suspicious 750 milliliter sample bottles to hand deliver. I see. I take no responsibility. They take no responsibility for that. But that's really smart, dude. That's awesome. All right, so we'll start with Optimist Fresh. So this is a tribute to the Topanga Canyons area, kind of towards Malibu. It's very lush in California terms, lush. It's got a lot of grass, a lot of herbs, a lot of plants and flowers and things like that. Not necessarily like a forest like a lot of you guys across the country can experience, but it's a lot of wildlife and nature and a lot of herbs. So this one is inspired by that. It's actually their not replacement for gin, but it's their gin-like spirit that's to be used with gin cocktails. So this one is infused. I say infused. It's distilled with. So that's right. It's not necessarily they're infusing these botanicals in it. They're actually distilling it as if they were making a spirit out of it. So this is distilled from let's see, Juniper Berries. So I said the gin thing there. Cilantro, lime peel, fennel, Lovage. Some of these I don't know what they are. Basil, Angelica Root, red thyme, Tarragon, Jasmine, Habanero, Oregano, and Tangerine. So those are all actually, I guess it's kind of like a reverse thing, like what they do with gin, or maybe it's similar to what they do with gin. They kind of put all these things together into the water and they distill that. And a lot of the aromas and the taste from those things are actually getting infused into the distillate, which is coming out. This is all perfectly clear. So definitely the flavors weren't added later. Like I said infused. That was not the right word. But it's probably similar to like a gin's done. It's just they're all done with water instead of a neutral based spirit. So thought this was Pessimist Botanicals. I see it. All right, so let's go and get this first in our glass. Like I said, this is the Optimist Fresh. This is the green label one if you saw the thumbnail. There's a little, can't show you a green label right now, can I? All right, so definitely want to save enough for the cocktail, but I just want to try a little bit neat. Now, this is the one that I've actually tried the least of, so I'm really excited to dive into this. So one, I guess, not necessarily a word of caution, but since these are distilled with water, they're not going to have the mouthfeel that we come and expect from either a high-quality gin, high-quality vodka, or, of course, whiskey. They're going to be thin on the palate, neat, but they're going to be so really packed with those flavors. So let's go and give this one a nose. I know I'm drinking out of a Glen, but they do say you can enjoy it neat or on the rocks or in a cocktail. So, oh wow, okay, so that is definitely herbal. I don't think juniper on first whiff. I'm getting a lot more of the cilantro and kind of like it's definitely some basil too. It kind of smells like a really nice basil. I've had a lot of strawberry basil cocktails before. But super, I mean, this is like it's super fragrant, like way more so than I expected. With this being a water based spirit, it's got a little bit of like a cucumber kind of note too. It's kind of got some sweet, um, maybe like a little melon as well. Oh yeah, I can see why this would work really well as a replacement for gin in a cocktail. So let's go and try it. Cheers, guys. So I'll admit, okay, it's been a minute since I've had this. It does it's kind of so unexpected up front because it literally is the mouthfeel of water. So as long as you guys expect that, it's cool. But like at first, like you're like, wait, what the heck? What am I drinking? So that's why they do encourage you to mix it with other things. Maybe give it a little bit more of the mouthfeel, especially over ice. I've heard it kind of thickens up just a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely very thin. But I think on the palate, it's a lot more simple and subtle compared to the nose on it. The nose is big and bold and herbal, whereas the palate is a little more subtle and simple. I think that's kind of where you get the juniper. Definitely some of those roots. It says Angelica Root, but you get kind of some of that earthiness. Not necessarily like a ginger, but there's a little hint of that kind of like rooty, earthy kind of texture. This is really the best way to describe it is it's complex, which is their goal here. I mean, these aren't they come in really nice bottles. They're not the cheapest, alternatives altogether, but they're straight up front with like everything involved, which is this is what we're getting to later. They tell you all the botanicals and spices that are used to make these. They are very, very high quality. So that's something to keep in mind. These aren't just cheap flavored water. Like that's probably what someone might think of this. These are really nicely well thought out blends, and you'll see that when I start making cocktails with it. So yeah, I don't. This is not one that I would consider just enjoying sipping neat. To me, it's just the flavors aren't big and bold enough. I want something really. If I want to sip something neat like that, I want it to have a lot of flavor packed into it. So let's go ahead and make our first cocktail tonight, which I'm so excited for. This is actually our easiest one of the night. So this one they're calling the Simple Serve Cocktail. So it's 2 ounces of Optimist Fresh, or you can actually use any of these for this one. I just chose to go with that one. So 2 ounces of Optimist Fresh, 4 ounces of they actually call for is this one they called for club soda? One of them they called for club soda, but actually decided to do tonic water. Yeah. So they say tonic water or club soda for this one. So I'm gonna do 4 ounces of tonic water. I have an elderflower tonic water that I think would work really nicely with this. And then of course a garnish. So let's go ahead and get this. Let's go ahead and get this gin and tonic, kind of this mock gin and tonic made using the Optimist Fresh. So let's get our measure here. You guys are welcome to join with the real gin and tonic. But I just thought it'd be kind of fun to do this. I haven't done this before yet, so I'm really excited to see how this turns out. All right, so we'll do 2 ounces, which might just finish this off actually. Oop, a little bit left. Save a little bit. So 2 ounces of the Optimist Fresh. And then, you can add lime or whatever. I didn't add lime to this one because we're having a really lime-forward cocktail coming later tonight. But we're also going to add in elderflower tonic water. This is, of course, Fever Tree brand. There's a lot. You can add whatever tonic water you like. I just thought elderflower might really complement these herbal notes of this spirit. Let's just top it there. Nice. Yeah, if I had some lime juice, if I would have thought ahead, I would have probably put a squirt of that in here. But it's okay. We have a very lime forward cocktail coming later tonight. So, and then I'm going to garnish with keeping the theme of California herbs. There's only one plant that I'm able to grow in my apartment because everything else died. Not in my apartment, but on my balcony, and that's rosemary. So, you can't really see it. So I got a sprig of rosemary in there just to add a little bit, amp up the herbalness to it a bit. You could do basil, you could do whatever. But I wanted something that I actually grew. so I'm gonna go ahead and give this a taste. Cheers, guys. Yeah, I think those flavors work really well together. I figured that I actually haven't tried it with the elderflower before, but I think it it kind of works really nicely there. The rosemary might be a bit much, but I just wanted to have something a little pretty in here. It's honestly just for looks. Of course, I didn't think about the green screen, so that doesn't really help. But yeah, I think it's really fragrant. I think those herbal notes are really popping with the rosemary. I think basil would probably be a better thing. I just didn't have basil in front of me, so it looks pretty. It's a tree. But yeah, I could see myself like with some lime. I could see myself sipping on this for a while. So I'm starting to see what Zophar and Fred are saying no about. Is it the tonic water or is it the rosemary? Whatever. I think you guys judged me for adding rosemary or something before. Listen, I used to put, this sounds crazy, but I used to put rosemary in my margaritas that I made here, and I like it. It's like a nice little like herbal like boost to it. But yeah, that's just me. That's just me. And also the fact it's the only thing I can grow. So I promise I've ordered a craft rosemary margarita before, and it was really good. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So this is, let's see, Optimist. That was fresh. Y'all got me saying Optimist now that y'all said that. All right. So that was the first one. That's very like very green forward. So the next one though is a little bit different. So this one, let me go and move this out of the way so I don't spill anything. Oh, it's just the the tonic water. Gotcha. I was like, damn, y'all are judgmental about my garnishes. Damn. Nah, it's all good. All right. So next up, so that was the fresh one. Definitely a refreshing kind of. I don't want to say I don't want to say replacement for gin. It's a replacement for gin, but it's not a. I don't want to say like one to one. It's not like a 1-to-1 substitute, basically. But it's really refreshing, and I could easily, if I was trying to, cool down for the night and like sober up and hydrate, this would be fantastic. All right, let's move on to the next one. We're gonna do it neat as well. So this one is called Optimist Bright. So this is the yellow label. I'm just gonna rinse my glass real quick. This is the yellow label. This is inspired by Venice Beach. So it has notes of citrus, sherbet, salty sunshine, featuring lemon, jasmine, green mandarin, lavender, turmeric, corn mint, which I don't know what that is, orange, tangerine, fennel, myrrh, and cinnamon leaf. This is just water. I'm just rinsing the glass real quick. I know it's hard to tell. All right, so this is the bright. So this is the yellow label. This definitely sounds like it's meant to kind of be used instead of a citrus vodka. So I've tried this. This is one I made a practice cocktail with last night. So I'm gonna save enough for the cocktail. But let's go ahead and give it a nose. Neat. Oh, okay. I don't know what corn mint is, but that's definitely got some mintiness. A little bit of like a. Ooh, that's got a. I will say this is way up more up my alley with the nose. That like the way that lavender works with that lemon smells like a really nice herbal tea. Donnie said. Ben says, I know this might be weird, but I think I just drink about it. Well, so the point of this is to be used in different cocktails. So it's like if you want to like, enjoy the company, everyone else is drinking cocktails, you want to like, have either a sober night, you're doing a dry week and you want to have something to sip on. That's how I'm using it during my dry week. These other cocktails are going to get a bit more complex than just, tonic water. But I just wanted to start with that one because I knew that was a gin. Gin and tonic is one of my go-to cocktails whenever I'm drinking. So, Donnie says, so it's, he said, no, this one is, let me just read it again. Lemon, jasmine, green mandarin, lavender, turmeric, corn mint, orange, tangerine, fennel, myrrh, and cinnamon leaf. So the other one had the thyme in it, the one we were drinking earlier. So, it's a wild mint. Good to know. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of mint influence on this. But I think it's like a minty, lemony, floral kind of note. This one's actually smells really good. I'm excited to not just try this neat, but I'm excited to try this in a cocktail. So cheers. That one has, again, it does not have the mouthfeel, the body of a gin or a vodka, but it does have the complexity and intensity of flavors that actually I could drink that neat. That's actually really, it brings a lot to the mind, all those different things working together. I think it makes your breath smell really good afterwards too. I can taste it on my breath now, but really that's really complex, and complex is the best way to describe these. There are so many different elements working together. There's the different botanicals, but also like just the tasting notes. I mean, this is getting me a little bit of like a kind of like an Earl Grey kind of bergamot kind of note too. That's not even actually in here, but really really interesting. I could spend some time sipping on this, thinking about it. What's up, Viking Bourbon? Good to see you in the house. It has like a little bit of bitterness at front too. I know if y'all are on our Discord, our friend Donald Rance up in Canada was talking about a non-alcoholic Italian bitter that he drinks sometimes, just just neat or on the rocks or whatever. This kind of has a little bit of bitter to it. I actually be curious to combine this with something like that. By the way, if you guys aren't yet on our Discord server, there's 18 people here right now. You guys go to bourbonbites.com on a different tab. Scroll to the bottom. There's a link to our Discord server. That's where we hang out all the time. I have accountability partners to get me through dry week. But we also do random hangouts there like we did last night. I know Fred was there, Zofer, Donnie, Donald. Man, it was a good crowd there last night. So if y'all ever want to get in on a random hangout, you're just sipping alone some night and want just some company, feel free to join us over there. Like I said, bourbonbites.com. It's a ton of fun. We'd love to have you over there. And if you're a patron, you get access to our VIP lounge there and some of our private hangout rooms. So tons of fun there. All right, let's go ahead and make this cocktail, shall we? So this next one is called the Bright Side Cocktail because we're using the Optimist Bright in it. So this one is 2.5 ounces of Optimist Bright, 1 ounce of pomegranate juice, a 1/4 ounce of, it says pomegranate molasses. I use grenadine. And then it says top with, they said club soda. We're doing tonic water because I still got the tonic water. So this one I'm actually going to stir. So let me make room before I spill everything. So I've got, of course, my mixing glass. Do have some fresh ice. Ooh, almost spilled it all. I have not much room over here to work with. All right, let's get some ice in the glass. Just enough of that. All right. So we're gonna add all these ingredients. Like I said, 2.5 ounces actually of the Optimist Bright. So let's get our sugar here. I probably don't have enough of this left to actually make this full size, but it's okay. We're just gonna have fun with it. Salty. So they do say salty sunshine. I didn't necessarily get that as a tasty note myself, but we all interpret things differently. All right. So it actually just came out to about 2 ounces of this for this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to add in the little bit that was left in my sipping glass. There we go. 2.5. Close enough, right? All right. This one. Next, we're going to add 1 ounce of pomegranate juice. So I don't normally have pomegranate juice on that around the house, but specifically for this cocktail, I'm going to head and grab some of this. So this is probably the most popular. That should use that as a slogan. 100% pomegranate juice. So we're going to just use 1 ounce of that. Oh, you know what? I didn't get my strainer, so just give me 1 second after I can wait a minute. So add in 1 ounce of that. And then we're going to add 1/4 ounce of, they say pomegranate molasses. I'm going grenadine. I feel like it's close enough. I mean, I guess technically it's like a pomegranate syrup, right? I don't know. Let's just add 1/4 ounce of that. Just to give it a little bit more of that concentrated flavor. All right, so this one, that's actually all you need other than the tonic water. So what I'm going to do is not get my tops confused. So this is over here. I'm working off a desk. I really wish I had a nice cocktail area to make these at, but I don't. So I'm just working with my desk. So I'm going to stir this up, give this a nice stir. Wish I could show y'all. I promise that's what I'm doing is I'm stirring. I see. There's in the glass. So get that nice and cold. While I go get my strainer, because I forgot to get it for this glass, what are you guys sipping on? It's okay. It can be alcohol. Let me know. Give me literally, okay, don't leave, I promise. Give me 10 seconds. Be right back. Where's my be right back music? Be right there. And we're back. All right, so I forgot to get my strainer earlier. So, because I'm going to try to strain this into, they actually call for a rocks glass for this one, but I'm gonna just use a champagne glass because I think it would be really nice with the added tonic water. So let's not spill this everywhere, Clifton. So if we do, you know what? You'll have to tune in my podcast this week because I definitely spilled one of the things I was reviewing all over my desk. I literally had to like take a pause from recording because it was bad. So I left it in, by the way. So it's not just a Patreon exclusive. Everyone's gonna get to see that monstrosity. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and pour this into our glass. All right. Nice. No spills yet. Still got one more cocktail to make. All right, and then we're gonna top it with our same thing for the elderflower tonic water. Like I said, they call for club soda, but I already had this out, so let's give it a little bit of spritz. Now I don't have any garnish for this one. It'd be nice to have like some, pomegranate or something to garnish it with. But see what you guys were sipping on. Fred has some Nika Toketsuro. I don't know what that is. I mean, I assume it's Japanese. I read that wrong. Taketsuru. That's probably better. Viking Bourbon has Old Forester single barrel. Nice. Like the other time you spilled all over your desk bad. I'll just say this one exploded. And that's all I'll say. Just wait till listen to tomorrow's podcast. It'll make sense then. All right. So we have our Bright Side cocktail. Like I said, they did say make this in a rocks glass, but you know what? I wanted to like have a nice, because I feel like sometimes you go to a party, people are drinking wine, they're not drinking like gin and tonics and stuff. You want to have something like in a champagne glass that we can pull someone. This is totally a cranberry mimosa, but again, I'm not super familiar with pomegranate juice or like just using it as a cocktails. But let's go ahead and try it. Cheers, guys. I feel like this should be the thumbnail, right? Cheers. Ooh, heck yes. That's, man, I know I said that about the last one, but this is the way to drink this. This really does taste like a really nice cocktail. I normally drink like vodka cranberries, like I was that basic bitch. But this is like this is way better than a vodka cranberry. And this is like non-alcoholic, if that says something. This is really sweet. You still get those like bright, like floral notes, like the lavender, you're getting that lemon there as well. Really, it tastes, this is literally just 2 ingredients. 3 technically. Grenadine, pomegranate juice, and then Optimist Bright. But wow, it tastes like there's so much more going on in here. And that tonic water really helps top it off, like give it that bubbliness. Man, I could make these all night. These are awesome. Man, I'm gonna have to sip on that one. I don't want to just sit here and keep drinking it because that's really good. Like, I'm not joking, guys. Like, I would 100% make that again. All right. Viking says all drinks get better as the night goes on. We're gonna end with a really fun one here. I'm really excited for this last one. So this next one, let's go to move on. Good timing. We're gonna be a little early tonight. It's okay. All the more time to hang out after. So we're going to move to our final Optimist Spirit, and this one they actually sent me a full bottle of, which I'm really excited for because this is the one I was most excited for. This one is called Optimist Smoky. So by the way, this is what the bottles look like. They look really nice. Smile for a thumbnail. I'm not making a thumbnail though. I'm so used to recording videos. I'm like, let's hold up the bottle and smile. So here's what the bottles look like. Optimist Botanicals Smoky. You see there's a nice little graphic on the background. You can kind of see like some of the botanicals in there. But this one was inspired by the high desert at sunset, according to this sheet. It says intense notes of bonfire, bittersweetness, and spice. And of course, you see all the ingredients there. You got I'm not going to pronounce that, Lapsang Sochong, bitter red orange, clove, ginger, sage, turmeric, bergamot, cinnamon leaf, habanero, geranium, oregano, Angelica root, Valencia orange, corn mint, and jasmine. So a lot of these we saw in the previous ones. This one's just going to have a bit more of like campfire smoke to it. So this is meant to be used in place of tequila for a tequila style cocktail. So this one is, like I said, the one I was most excited for. They have they actually have recipes on the back. I didn't realize. But we're going to make something that they actually provided the cocktail for. I'm just reading. Let's just see what other info is on here. It says, so they work with a master distiller in downtown LA. So I don't know if necessarily it's their own master distiller or they actually, had someone from a brand, from an actual, spirits brand do this for them. It is also important to mention, I completely forgot to mention this, but I'm seeing on the bottle, 2% of all of their proceeds they donate to help underserved youth with mental wellness. So that's a lot, especially here in LA. There's a lot of homeless population, there's a lot of minorities, undocumented people living here. So 2% of the proceeds do go to help their mental health, whether it's just government programs or different private programs to help those causes, which is something that's really, really important to me. I mean, living in LA, you see it every day. So to know that they're helping out in, still a small but impactful way, it's important. It kind of gives you more of a reason to support the brand. All right, so let's go ahead and pour this one. I'm gonna rinse my glass real quick because this one's gonna be really interesting. So make sure it's starting fresh. This is just water. All right, let's pour this. They have a really nice glass topper too. Let me show y'all. It's also hard. I'm not, I know there's a certain way you're supposed to open glass toppers. I think it's just tilting it, not pulling on it, but it's kind of cool. Like I said, really nice bottles. Go and get this pour. And I got a big boy here, so we can be generous with our pours. Just catch up on the chat. They need to make a fojito. I like that. Fojito. Ooh. You could totally do that. It'd be really easy. Like I said, it's a pomegranate mojito. Or not mojito, sorry, I was thinking what is the orange juice and the champagne? Mimosa, sorry, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, you could totally do like a mint mojito. Yeah, as a rum replacement. That would be actually really good. I would probably, if I were to suggest one for that one, I would probably use the one we just did. What was that one? The Bright. I think that would be really good in a mojito. It has that that kind of citrus note as well. All right, let's go ahead and nose the smoky one. Optimist Smoky. Ooh, wow. I'm really curious. I think that Lapsang Sojong, which by the way, I should probably look that up, see what that is, because there's something really unique in that. It's kind of it is kind of smoky, dare I say. So it's actually a type of black tea. Let's see. So Lapsang Sojong, which I'm probably mispronouncing, is a black tea consisting of Camellia sinensis leaves that are smoke dried over a pine wood fire. So that definitely sounds like the major flavor influence here. They're kind of steeping that tea in the water and then they're distilling it. Yeah, that's really earthy and rich, and I mean that mint is, and this one is working more like a menthol. Kind of like, I don't want to say Vicks Vapor Rub, but kind of like that same experience of like a menthol kind of rub. But it's kind of mixed with like an earthy, kind of smoky kind of characteristic. And there is a hint of those peppers. I see Donnie said, yeah, jalapeno and habanero. There's a hint. It's not necessarily, it doesn't smell spicy, but you can kind of smell that. Like when you eat a hot pepper and you're like, just bite the flesh of it and you're like, wait, that's not spicy. But then you eat the seeds and you die. By the way, that happened earlier tonight, which we'll get to in a second. It has a little bit of that, the green part, maybe a bell pepper kind of note to it. Yeah, that smells really medicinal. Honestly, this one smells the most like an ancient Chinese herbal medicine or something like that. And it does use Chinese tea leaves, so that could have been the inspiration behind it. Like I said, they said this is inspired by the desert. I guess that's more of the whole replacement for the smoky like the tequila. But it's actually honestly one of the most nice smelling noses. I think the Bright to me smelled the most approachable, but this smells the most complex. Let's see how it tastes. Cheers. What the hell are y'all laughing? Y'all got me feel like y'all laughing at me. What's going on, Donnie and Fred and Zofer? Some inside joke that I'm missing out on? When he read that, I died. I see y'all. Don't think I'm not reading the chat. Are y'all still picking on Zofer? All right. On the palate, it's really bitter. And I think that would work really nicely over some ice or in a cocktail. Donald Rance, if you're looking for one non-alcoholic bitter thing, this is you. Not necessarily bitter in the same kind of way of, did I mispronounce? Did I say, is it habanero, not habanero? I would say jalapeno, y'all. White boy here from South Carolina that's trying to appreciate Spanish words. Okay, don't make fun of me. Y'all are Jofer called me out on that. I almost said Jofer. Zofer called me out on that on my mezcal stream. So don't y'all be doing it again. Anyways, let's thoughts on this. I think on the palate, it's not necessarily for me on the palate. I think if I were to drink any of these neat, it would be bright. This has a little bit of a bitterness to it. But I think, of course, they say it's a bitter red orange that's used in this as well. Clove, ginger, sage. It kind of makes a lot of sense. But that bitter characteristic, I think, on its own to me, it's a bit overpowering. Like I said, over ice, this might do a bit better. But I think in a cocktail, it's going to be even the best expression of itself. I know you guys love me. Thank you, Donnie and Fred. And it's apparently International Don't Bully Day. So yeah, guys, what the hell? Just kidding. All right. So let's move on to our final cocktail, the one I've been most excited for. I have not made this yet tonight or ever. So this is called the Optimist Pina, not Pina, Pina Margarita. So this is a cocktail using 2 ounces of Optimist Smoky, 2 to 4 ounces of serrano peppers, or is it serrano peppers? I don't fucking know. I'm sorry. Be kind. I don't know anymore. Seeds removed, which is the important thing, because I took a bite earlier and there were seeds and I almost died. 2 ounces of pineapple juice, half an ounce of lime juice, and half an ounce of simple syrup. So what you're going to do is you're going to take all these things. So what I did is I got this started a little bit before the stream. So I muddled the 2 to 4 slices of the pepper. It's hard to see the light in there, but I got 2 to 4 slices of the pepper. I've got half an ounce of lime juice and half an ounce of simple syrup in here already in the bottle or in the shaker. I'm going to add 2 ounces of pineapple juice. So of course I just got a little can of Dole. I wish it'd be really nice to buy, like, it'd probably be easy to get fresh pineapple juice. It's just, I don't have any. It goes bad so quickly. That's the thing. That's why I like these little cans. Because I mean, Zofer knows, he bought me a bunch of stuff to make tiki cocktails. So I've been making a lot of pineapple-based cocktails. So these cans do wonders. They last forever. You don't have to worry about using too much of it or too little and then saving it. All right, so we're going to do 2 ounces of the pineapple juice. Pour that right into the shaker. We're going to do 2 ounces of Optimist Smoky. What should I put over here? Zofer with the super chat. I know you guys love me. I know. I know you guys love me. I know it's all good fun. All right. Again, the glass cork, still got a learning curve to it. All right. Let's put it right there. So I'm so close to finishing the stream without breaking or spilling anything. So let's keep it going. All right. 2 ounces of this. And you know what? Why not add a little more? Just to make things a little stronger. Just kidding. But you do you. All right. So there's that. Next up, we need to add. We've already added the lime juice, simple syrup. That's actually it. So we're gonna add some ice into this shaker, which I probably should have done before I just added all those ingredients, but it's okay. We're hopefully not splash too much. Oh, my ice is melting. There we go. Oh, a little bit of splashes. That doesn't count as a spill. I don't count splash as a spill. I also want to put some of the ice into my glass, because this is definitely going to be a margarita style. Now, you could put this in whatever glass. I have these really elaborate glasses we got from a beach bar in Redondo Beach. So we're going to use that. It's, again, Spirit of California, right? So I'll show you guys in a second. Ooh. We did it. Okay, a little more ice. All right. So we got our ice in the glass. Let that sit there. Got the ice in the shaker. And Donnie is also saying he loves me. Hey, thank you guys so much for the super chat. Zofer, Donnie, and Stanley. Thank y'all so much. Seriously, it does really mean a lot when you guys support the channel, whether it's through super chats or memberships or Patreon. Honestly, love y'all so much. So let's go get the shaker. Hopefully it's not too loud. Sorry. By the way, this is what is this? Elevated Craft cocktail shaker. Love these. I know I think Donnie and Diana have this one as well. It's insulated and it's got a measuring cap on it. It's so nice. But it's my favorite cocktail shaker. Ugh. All right. Blending with ice could be really nice. Although it is kind of, it would need a thickener, I would think, probably, because it's just really water-based. but maybe with some coconut milk or some coconut syrup. Or what do you call it? Coconut cream. That's what I was thinking of. Cliffy is feeling loved, but thank you, Perry. I thought they were making inside jokes about me, but they were apparently joking about something else. Well, then they made it about me because I mispronounced my na and inyays. So, but it's all good. And then Fred says, peer pressure. Hey, Fred, thank you. Yes, I peer pressure everyone right now. Send me a super chat. I'm just kidding. Please don't. I mean, you can, but like, no pressure. I can't blame it on Cliffy tonight, so I gotta be careful with what I say. All right. Let's go ahead. And by the way, this also has the strainer built into. Another reason I love the shaker. I should have put a link to this down in the description below. I don't have a referral link or anything. I just bought this with my own money. So let's go and get it poured. Nice. Fits nicely. And now that we have it poured, by the way, this is the glass I'm using. Isn't it so extra? It says Tony's on the beach. And in the back says limited edition. So this is, we ordered a Mai Tai at this bar. And then it came with a glass, and it was only like $9. And I was like, I got the glass too. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. So this drink isn't complete until I use this lovely umbrella that Zopher got me for my birthday. He got me a ton of these to put into cocktails, so they're going to use already. All right, let's put it on here. I don't want to like stab my face with it, but I think it looks super cute. Let's show you all this. Y'all gotta see this. Hold on. Please don't spill this. All right. Look at that. Is that not adorable? This is so cute. So thank you, Zopher, for the umbrella, and cheers to you guys. Thank y'all for watching this. Let's see how this pina margarita tastes. Cheers. Kind of hard to. This glass isn't ideal for the umbrella, but we'll try it. Ooh, that's spicy. Ooh, man, I even took the seeds out of that pepper. Actually, I actually got some of the additional pepper slices to top this with, but it's so spicy already. Drinks do come to glasses. Yeah. Well, keep on roasting. So, I'm going to put, you can't actually see them. I have a couple rings of the pepper here. That's kind of cool, though. Where's my face? So my eyes. Okay, sorry. All right, I want to put the pepper down into the glass. Didn't want to touch it, though, because it's really spicy. Stir it up a bit. That's actually really nice, too. The spicy kick. I love a good jalapeno margarito. I'm not even drunk, and I just said jalapeno margarito. Oh my god! Sober Cliffy is just too much. I need drunk Cliffy, but okay. So now I got the. I like that you can see them floating in there, like they're just like CGI'd out. All right, let's try it again with the garnish. Ooh. That's nice. So yeah, it's like all the ingredients of like it's like a mix of like a tiki drink and a margarita. So it's got the pineapple juice. You really get that really nice sweet, tropical taste. But the little kick of that lime, not kick, but a little bit tartness of the lime, and then that pepper. I mean, I feel like maybe this recipe kind of overpowers the smoky, Optimist smoky. I do think on the nose though, those like smoky campfire notes are still kind of there. But the pepper is really strong. On like second sip, I do get those elements of that strong earthiness that we're getting from that tea that was used for this. A bit of that bitter is still there. I think it pairs really nicely with the lime juice. And really, there's like that ginger kick as well. This is really nice. I think it's a bit more complex to make. But I think if you want a replacement for like a margarita or a tiki drink, this will do just fine. This is really good. I know I deserve these laughs at the margarito. Next shirt, margaritos for everyone. Oh my god. Totally should do that. Just like drunk Cliffy, like passing out margaritas. Just margaritos. Was that a habanero margarito? Oh my goodness. All right. Honestly, this is really nice. This would also take me a really long time to sip on. I mean, honestly, when you combine pineapple juice and lime juice, can you really go wrong? Pineapple juice as a base for any kind of cocktail is a winner. That nice spicy kick is really delicious. Now, I know I'm going to go on this hangout with you guys, and I'm going to eat those peppers. I'm going to regret it immediately. So let's go ahead and just speed that process up, and let's go ahead and eat one of these peppers real quick. Let's see how this. Let's take a bite. How about that? Spicy Nut Challenge Part 2. I actually avoided the seeds with that one, so not awful. But man, this was really fun. I love that you can still experiment with different cocktails or mocktails, whatever you want to call them, but use non-alcoholic spirits as the base and really discover a world of flavor that, maybe even more complex than the base spirits themselves. So hopefully y'all had fun with this stream tonight. By the way, hi Diana, see you in the chat. And now this was a bit different, but thank you all for sticking with me during this dry week. I hope you all enjoy this. Now, next week's back to regularly scheduled content. I have a very special guest coming on from another California-based brand called Blind Barrels. So they have a blind tasting set that you can actually buy online. They'll ship it to you, and then you get to taste a bunch of different whiskeys. So I'm having the founder of that on next week. Like I said, make sure to tune into this week's podcast, Bourbon Bites Podcast, wherever you get your podcast. There's also a link down below. It's going to be a review of something non-alcoholic that explodes all over me. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you all so much for watching. Patrons, I'll see you over on Discord. And everyone else, have a wonderful rest of your week, whether you're doing it dry or you're doing it wet and salty and having lots of margaritas. Just have a great week. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys next week. Otherwise, I'll see you over on Discord. All right. Cheers, guys. See ya. Bye.